Hi everyone, Justine Froelker here, and it's Therapy Thursday. It's actually Monday afternoon. I am still in California, but I wanted to record this because it was pulling on my heart, and just in case nothing else came up, which, let's be honest, stuff always comes up for Therapy Thursday. But so I'm still in California. See that beautiful little waterfall on the campus of La Sierra University after my second TED Talk. And I had a morning filled with grief. Grief is part of my everyday life. I have a friend who just lost her mom. I have another friend who is potentially losing her pet, which I've been through. And I have a friend who is struggling with the anniversary date of losing her grandfather. And then this afternoon, I spent time with the Department of Mental Health here in Riverside, California, and learning about all the amazing work that they are doing. And I'm even, there's grief there too, right? Like in their patients, in the system that they are trying to make work for them. And Dr. Razook, who I met, who is an immigrant and has another story of grief, right? Starting his life over. And it's just so lots of grief today. And I have done Therapy Thursdays on grief before. I've literally had therapists message me about my surfboard grief video, which I'll link in the comments below, and how helpful it is. And I guess I still wanted to speak on it a little bit today for Therapy Thursday, because like you will see in a little while, my first TED Talk, I don't say this explicitly, but I say something similar to it. I believe we all have grief because none of our lives have turned out how we hoped, dreamed, and planned. And if you think it did, I'd like to meet you. Which means we have loss. Loss of a dream, loss of a person, loss of a pet, loss of an old life, whatever it might be. We all have grief. And even having all of the grief in my day today, it brings up my own grief, right? Because this is lifelong. When we lose something, someone, our old life, whatever, there's grief forever, because we have to reorient ourselves to who we want to be outside that loss and yet inside that loss. Because when I work with clients who are struggling with grief, a lot of times in positive psychology, we'll work on it by, you live every day of your life being the person that your loved one loved. And those qualities of who you are, you be that so much every day, because that honors them in their death. It honors them as in your life still here. And it's also part of the reason why I do the work that I do, because I honor my 3 babies by doing the work that I do. I mother every day because of the gift that I was given in them, and even in the loss of them. I mother mothers because of them. So I don't know what you're grieving, and maybe you're not calling it grief. Perhaps you need to give yourself grace and permission to call it grief. And I'm probably pretty sure that you have someone in your life in grief. And I also want to challenge you a little bit. Instead of doing that typical "I'm so sorry for your loss," what would it be like for you to grab your vulnerability and say, "That sucks. I'm sending you lots of love." I'm sorry's can sometimes feel like we're even more alone in it, because you didn't really do anything wrong. You don't have much to be sorry about. But when you are willing to sit with me in my pain, no matter how uncomfortable it might be for you, that's connection. And healing only takes place in connection. Make it a great day. Thanks for watching.